1st, 1829, and that he accidentally discovered the North Polar opening into a hollow Earth. Why is he important? Is it because he's one of the first people that let the cat out of the bag, or what?
Well, I've looked into the historical evidence for the Hollow Earth, and the first evidence I have of an explorer that's gone to the Hollow Earth is actually a person from the Bible. His name was Enoch. He was like the great-great-great-grandson of, or the fifth, sixth generation after Adam. In his writings, he talks about the inner sun and the light that streams towards the poles, and he talks about the Garden of Eden in the Hollow Earth, and evidently he did make it to the Hollow Earth in order to describe those things. But over the years, there have been other people who have gone to the Hollow Earth. There have been people that have gone to the Hollow Earth through through cavern systems.
What does that mean?
There are openings in the earth, caverns that reach through the shell of the earth, clear to the inner surface. In 1827, William Morgan, he was living in, I think, at Ohio or close to Kentucky. He wrote a book about, he joined the Freemasons, and his intent was to publish to the world their secret rites, which he did, and for which, in fact, I even have his books written on their secret rites. And for that, the Masons had him thrown in jail on a debt, and then they stole him out of the jail. They threw a body in the lake or a river and told the people that published that was William Morgan, and that they made it look like he had died. In fact, his wife was even taken to the body, and the body looked so much like him that she claimed that it was him, but it wasn't. He was just taken out into the forest and to a cabin, and they put some kind of chemical on his skin so it turned wrinkly, and they put a chemical on his hair. They left him there so long that his hair grew real long, and his hair with a chemical turned white. So then they took him back to his wife. He tried to convince her that he was her husband, but she says, "No, my husband's dead. You're just a homeless." And she didn't even recognize him. And so she refused him. And so then they took him down to Kentucky near the Mammoth Cave System. And it's probably a tributary of the Mammoth Cave System where they entered this cavern. And waiting there for them was this inner earth guide. And the book didn't explain. The book is called Edidorpa. It didn't explain how the Masons contacted this inner earth guide, but this inner earth guide did take him through the cavern systems, clear through to the Hollow Earth, or we're almost to the Hollow Earth. He got about halfway, and then he was met by another guide that took him on into the Hollow Earth. And he explained that the Earth has a shell that is 800 miles from the outside to the inner surface.
So the Earth really is nothing like what we've been taught. How does that affect our plate tectonic system?
Well, when I went to college, I studied geology. Originally, my intent was to become a geologist. And I changed my major later to music, but I did study enough of geology to find out that the Earth has what they call plate tectonics. So the surface of the Earth has been cracked into several plates, and the plates that have the boundaries of these plates is where most of the earthquakes and volcanism, extrusion of lava from inside the Earth occurs. And so it was interesting to me to find out that exactly where most of the lava is coming out is where most of the earthquakes are occurring. And the fact is that this is curious because earthquakes cannot occur in lava. It has to an earthquake occurs when layers of the solid earth are cracked by bending with the gravitational interaction of the moon, sun, and the earth. It causes tides on Earth. In the ocean, most people are acquainted with the tides that are caused by the Earth, by the moon and the sun. That causes the ocean tides to rise and fall about 4 feet every day or more. But also on land, there are tides also, and these tides are much less. They're only about 1 feet. That the Earth goes up and down each day. But these interactions and expansions and contractions of the Earth cause cracks to open up in the Earth. And what happens is that water seeps down into these cracks, and as explained by the Inner Earth Guide in Etidorpa, that explained to William Morgan how the Earth is formed, that the Earth was formed as a space bubble on which collected space dust and space rocks, and a lot of which are pure metals. And what actually is happening in volcanism is that water seeps down into original deposits of the space dust and space metals and spontaneously combusts. For example, if you've been in any of your science classes in school where your teacher dropped a pebble of sodium in water, it instantaneously starts to combust. And so that's what happens in volcanism. Plate boundaries, there's the cracks open up down into fresh deposits of original space dust and metals, many of which are like sodium, phosphorus, sulfur, and potassium, which come in contact with ocean water, spontaneously combust and creates the lava. So the interior of the Earth is not molten. It's the lava just is caused by reaction of water with the original material the Earth was made of.
How come that wouldn't be reflected today in current science understanding? Is it the paradigm that's the problem?
Well, you got to understand that a lot of these textbooks and these universities and the scientists are financed by the super rich that are keeping this discovery that the Earth is hollow secret. I've done lots of research on the Central Bank of the United States, the Federal Reserve, and how it was set up, and it is actually a private institution of the super rich, including Rockefellers and Rothschilds of Europe, and how they use the money that is created control our government, our educational institutions, our textbook manufacturers, our publishers, or belong to them. So they pretty much control what is taught in the schools or is taught over the airwaves, because they control or own most of the newspapers and media outlets. And it's only through the less control that they have, or no control they have over the internet, that we are able to get out some of the truth of what is being discovered.
I have a question about the Earth's Van Allen radiation belts, the fact that they prove that the Earth is hollow. Can you explain this, or is it too scientific to explain?
No, it is quite simple. Scientists